Welcome to Meet the Professionals. I'm your host, Joleen Benoit. How many of you watching today have seen all of the gluten-free labels lately? 10 years ago, most of us had never even heard the term gluten. Today, that stamp is all over the place, appearing on food products from brownies to beer. Many celebrities are now even endorsing gluten-free diets. So what is gluten? Where is it in my food? And why is it getting such a bad rap? Our guest today is Mark Norman. Mark is a nutrition counselor who works with leading doctors. He lectures on the subject, and he's here to tell us all about gluten. Mark, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Great to have you with us. Mark, what is gluten that we're hearing, and why is it getting such a lot of press in such a bad way?
Well, gluten is a very fibrous protein that's found in wheat, barley, and rye, and it's found in most processed foods. The gluten content of food is about 40 times what it was 10 years ago.
Okay. And what does this do to people? What are the effects of too much gluten for people who can't tolerate it?
It can cause a lot of symptoms such as gastrointestinal problems, skin problems, behavior problems as well.
Okay, and how do we know that those problems don't exist from something other than gluten? How do we know that it's coming from the gluten?
Well, a couple things you can do. You can have a blood test that's used to look at gluten. The other thing we can do is a challenge and elimination, where we simply take gluten out for 2 to 4 weeks, reintroduce it after symptoms improve, and if they do improve after that elimination, then bingo, we're onto something.
Now, as a nutritional expert, you also work alongside some of the leading doctors by adding, again, this natural approach to good health in addition to what the conventional doctors are doing. How do you integrate that? How does that work?
Well, what we do is we have doctors refer their patients in, looking at trying these challenge and elimination diets, and we can actually walk their patients and our customers around the store, help them with label reading, helping them with menus and so forth.
Okay, and we hear so much about the importance of obviously good diet, eating the right foods, exercise. Now, how important is we hear a lot about vitamins and supplements, and I know you endorse that as well. How important is that in all this mix?
Well, usually when there's problems with digestion and assimilation, which is found it's very common with people that have food allergies and sensitivities, it's common sense that we have to add back in certain nutrients if we're not absorbing them from the food that we eat.
Okay, and you guys now have really spearheaded a store called Tailor Made Nutrition. It's not only a store, but a location where people can be educated. What is the first thing you do when clients come to you?
Well, what we do is we have different handouts that are available. We have a packet of information for newly diagnosed. We also offer free classes where people can sit down and we kind of educate them on the benefits of being gluten-free, what to look for in labels, and then we also take them around a store tour, where one of our employees will actually point out the best tasting different foods and different recipes that are popular.
And you're really achieving some amazing results, aren't you? I mean,
Yes.
This has been your life's work, and I know you've helped hundreds and hundreds of people achieve better health. In fact, we've got a testimonial from Kathy, who is age 40. She says, my son and daughter both suffered from multiple food allergies. After about 1 month, both my children's symptoms improved dramatically with only a few dietary changes. Again, we're talking about a natural process here. And then, of course, Marion, 77 years old, says after about a month, I was able to reduce my medications for pain. Thank you. That brings up a good point. Is there an age at which gluten is worse for us than other ages?
No, it can affect anybody, any age.
Okay, so this is really something like babies?
Sure, absolutely.
And again, once you're working with a doctor, how do you figure out that that's gluten? Do you take them through the proper testing?
Well, either the testing or else we do work with the parents as well. We just restrict gluten out of the diet, and the same thing that the parent looks for improvements with their child. And if there's improvements, then again, we're onto something.
Well, you obviously love what you are doing in this business because you are really helping people achieve better health. How does that make you feel?
Great. That's our goal at the store overall for our whole staff is we just want to help. We want to help people with their health.
Well, you're on the right track. We certainly appreciate you being our guest today, Mark, and wish you and your staff the greatest success. Thanks for being with us today. If you would like to get in touch with our guest, Mark Norman, or his associate, Paul Rattay, call the number on your screen, 651-702-2522, or go to the website, tailormadenutrition.com. We'll see you next time right here on Meet the Professionals.